G'day guys, back again. Thought I might do just an expo, quick expo and explanation how to change the combination on a digital DX Lockwood. It's probably more relevant to Australian applications on people because they're pretty widespread in the commercial world, on internal doors, in offices and etc. Not many used on a residential basis, but some people do, as a as a secondary lock, the deadlock or something. But yeah, I'll take the parts out bit by bit. Comes with a pair of tweezers, and actually one's missing, but there should be two wafers in there. Yeah, usually the two wafers are red, they're active wafers, so you can add two more active wafers to the combination on the lock set. So it's just rubber mats. These can be used on external applications. That's why these mats are good for that. Or rubber backing plates are good for outside conditions. When they're all sealed up and tight, they're pretty, well, nothing's watertight, but they keeps most of the rain and outside debris from inside the locking mechanism. So yeah, it runs on a 530 930 latch. Which comes with all these digital, the DX series. This is, yeah, those screws are for it to retain the two halves of the lock set onto the door. And that's the spindle bar. You can get an extended. This is a standard spindle bar, but you can get the extended version if you have a thicker door application. So that's the internal side of the lock set. That's where the retainer screws going from inside the door onto the post, which secures the lock set on the outside. Yeah, they usually come with a factory code. It could be 49ZY or whatever it was. But you can change to any combination for up to 6. It depends. If you've got 8 active wafers, you can have 8 different combinations, or 8 combinations of letters or numbers. You can use all those, 1 to 0 to where are we? Yeah, 0, 9, 8 back down to 1, or reverse, whatever how you want to say it. But and Z, X and Y. That C is actually just a clear button to clear the code that's been previously put in. I'll do this quickly. I'll take the backing screws off the backing plate. So if you do have one of these, just be aware it actually is spring loaded behind this, because each of those numbers and letters on the keypad actually have their independent spring for that button, which are on the backing plate here. So I'll show you. So yeah, that's the inside of the backing plate. So they're the return springs for the buttons. So yeah, once you've done that, you'll expose the actual wafers That's what the tweezers are for, to remove the wafers, but I'll actually use mine. Yeah, the code red is actually active, blue is inactive. So if you look, there's 4 active or red wafers. So it's a combination of 4. It's either 38 YZ or Z38Y, whatever combination. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you're pushing the 4 active wafers, and you should open the lock. If you need to change them, these are inactive. These don't do anything. They push in, but they're not relative to the there's a bar inside that has little slots. I'm not going to take it apart because yeah, you'll be farting around putting it back together. So that's the actual code. It's 83ZY. If you want to change it, when you do change a wafer, make sure you have your finger. Just for example, I'll change the combination to 7205. Anyway, so the first one, make sure you depress that button right in when you take it out. Just remove it, and you want to change the 7 to an active wafer, so we'll put the 7 inactive into 8. So again, push 7, hold it in, remove it, and always face the colours part of the wafer towards you. You see there's a little knob on there that goes in. That's relative to the little cutout, which you can see. So while you're holding that in with your finger, just place it in there and push it, and at the same time sort of release your finger so it's set. Same again, we're going to put the inactive in 8, so hold 8 in with your finger, and the little nodule goes relative to the slot. Can only go in one way anyway, so push that in, and as you push down, release with your finger so it's set. I'll do 2 now. That's 2. Pushing in 3, take it out, hold in 2 again to change the combination. Again, as you do it, release the button like so. As I'm doing this, my fingers are pushing the corresponding button, so you can't see that, but trust me there. So that's 72. We'll make it 05, so take the 0 out, hold the Z, hold the 0 with your finger again on the, and push it in. Okay, so that's been reset to 7205. Just 7205. Just replace the backing plate for now. Just to hold it in with your finger. Make sure it's fully home. we'll try 0.5. Okay, so yeah, 2705. Okay, so that's a new combination set. It's pretty straightforward. Not many people in a domestic environment would have these on their house anyway. Some people, like I said, some people do. It's a matter of choice, and you know, these are not cheap. So I think about $260, $250 I think retail. So, but like, yeah, they're mainly a commercial type application. Yeah, for easy access control and an easy change of code, depending on what the situation needs to be. If someone moves on or leaves or gets fired and they have access to this door, knowing that code, you can easily change it. Not that you'll use this to, you know, secure the bloody crown jewels or anything, but yeah, it's just a precaution. A lot of servos have these too for their little entrance doors to behind the counter. So yeah, C's for clear. So 2705. Yeah, like I said, you can use any combination. As long as it's the 4, could be 0, 7, 5, 2. Yeah. Anyway, that's the story of that. Yeah, I've actually got a story to tell about one of these when I was 20 odd years ago, and I was working for they've actually closed down now anyway. It doesn't matter if I name them. Master Security Locksmiths on Henry Beach Road, Torrensville. I was sent out to Woolies distribution centre at Poraka to change over one of these faulty ones on their computer room door. And yeah, let's just say I made a cock up. Not because I didn't know, I knew what I was doing. I was just, the original door didn't have this rubber backing plate on it, but it had a standard spindle, but it didn't have this rubber on the inside. It just had this straight to the door. Well, not so much this, but this was straight onto the door with no rubber gasket. And on the front it had a heavy duty scar plate for whatever reason. Without a gasket. And me and my wisdom and my, yeah, I was sort of young, and no, yeah, not young, but I was new, sort of pretty fresh to the locksmithing, and I thought I'd make an executive decision and put the rubbers on, because it looks pretty, looks nice. Yeah, looks nice with the colour of the door. So you know, my heart was in the right place, but my brain was probably 1,000 miles away. So what I did, I just keep realising that's a standard spindle, and it's the right length for the way it was originally without these gaskets. So you add 2 of these gaskets, which are, I don't know, probably 2.5 mil. That makes the inside and outside lock set 5 mil further out with a standard spindle, not the longer one, which I didn't think. I just did it, and yeah, closed the door and didn't realise the spindle was too short. So when I closed the door, yeah, everything was fine. I opened it, but this was just this ended up floating, and it's just floating. So I tried the code again, and it was floating. Nothing was happening. The latch wasn't retracting. That was because the spindle ended up being too short. So it's hard to say. So it's probably over here, outside the hole here. So yeah, got a computer room of everyone's personal effects in there, their briefcases, their handbags, or the females anyway, all their personal effects, and I couldn't get in. I stuffed it up, and if it had a plain latch, I would have been laughing. I could have just used some fantastic plastic and just swiped it, but it's got the deadlock function, and you can't bypass that with a credit card. People have said they can, if it's fitted correctly. Obviously, I think they watch too much MacGyver, personally. But yeah, anyway, I had to make the phone call, get the boss, my supervisor Dave. Yeah, he's a bloody legend, that guy. You know what he can do is just astounding. Anyway, he came and rescued me. He got in there within 5 minutes. To this day, 20 years ago, I didn't even ask him how he did it. I didn't want to know. I was too embarrassed when it happened, so I ran away, sort of thing. But anyway, when you're sort of young to doing something in the trade, you live and learn. No harm done. Just a bit of embarrassment on my part. But anyway, that's part of life. Yeah, it's getting 16 minutes, so that'll do for now. So until next time, take care, and goodbye.